Hi, so this is all part of the research project looking at the effects of the Jing method in adults with asthma. For this breathwork, stretching and exercise class, you will need a chair, a bottle or a weight, a mop, a handle or a broom handle, a band, a spiky ball, and a rolled up towel. Okay, so have those handy for the exercises we're going to do in this session. So to start with, just sit down on your chair and we're going to measure how many breaths we take in 20 seconds. So I'll count down from 3 and just carry on with your normal breathing, but just count on your fingers how many breaths you're taking. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, there's your 20 seconds. So how many breaths did you take? I took 6. Now we're going to try that again, but this time when you breathe out on your exhale, you're either going to hum or pretend you're blowing through a straw. So either on the exhale or okay, and again count how many breaths you take. So I'll count you in. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There's your 20 seconds. I did 2.5 breaths in that time. So if you, like me, you probably extended it by or half the amount of breaths you took in and out. And that just helps bring down the central nervous system from taking it out of that fight or flight mode to actually coming down to a place where you're not in that fight or flight mode and your central nervous system is calm and with you. Okay, so you can practice that anytime you like. The next exercise is to wake up the vagus nerve. So you're just going to look left and right, your left and right, and then keep your head centered, and just with the eyes you're going to look left for 10 seconds. I'll count. 3, 2, 1. Back to the center. Now look to the right for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and back to the center. And then just try that again, looking left and right, and just feel how that might feel a little bit freer, a little bit easier, because you've turned on that vagus nerve. Okay, then from here you're going to get your spiky ball and we're going to stand up. So standing up, get your spiky ball, place it underneath your foot, and you're going to roll it from the toes to the heel, all the way down that inside part of your foot, all the way down the outside part of your foot, down the middle, toe to heel, toe to heel. You're going to do that one side. It's usually good if you can do it about 2 minutes per foot, but just for the purpose of this, we're going to do 30 seconds on this foot. All right, and then 30 seconds on the other foot. So again, all the way down, center of the foot, the outside of the foot, ooh, the inside of the foot. Really getting all those nerves stimulated, softening off the tissues underneath the foot. Okay. And again, for the purposes of this, we'll just do 30 seconds on this one. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to look at various muscles that cross over with the diaphragm, fibers of the diaphragm, and because everything's connected, we're just going to stretch those out. So first of all, we're going to stretch out the psoas muscle, which attaches at the lumbar spines, crosses through the hips and attaches onto the legs. So we'll do both sides. Make sure you've got enough room for your knees, so you don't have to cross your knees against each other. Give yourself plenty of space. Cross one leg over in front of the other, and then you're going to lean that same way. Take a breath in and take your arm up and over. Feel that stretch through the front of your hip. Try and imagine you're in between 2 panes of glass. breathe in and stretch. If you feel you've got the balance, turn your head to look at your hand. You might get a bit more of a stretch and you might feel that coming up into those diaphragm fibres. Breathe in and out, and then gently come back up and cross the legs, and we'll do the other side. So crossing over the other way, crossing over the other way. Again, leaning over to that side, imagining you're in between those panes of glass. Breathing in, take the arm over and really lean. You can also take hold of the wrist, gently pull to get a bit more of a stretch into that hip. Also look at your hand, a bit more of a stretch into those diaphragm fibres. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, then we're going to do the quad stretch. So you can either hold on to your chair, or if you've got the balance, take hold of one foot, sink those knees, bend the knees down, and then tuck your tailbone underneath. So you really feel the stretch through the front of the leg. So you're not sticking your buttock out, you're tucking your tailbone in. So you really get that stretch down through the front of the leg. Do one side, then we're going to do the other side. Take hold of the foot, hold on to a chair for balance. Again, tuck your tailbone underneath. So you really feel that stretch through the front of those legs. Because if your quads are tight, they will pull your pelvis forwards. And weaken those hamstrings. Okay, good. So you've stretched those leg muscles out. And we're going to do 3 roll downs. So you just articulate every single vertebra into the spine. So standing with your feet hip width apart, breathing in, lift up through your sternum so shoulders hang naturally off the shoulders, off the collarbones, and your head is sat right up on top of your shoulders. Breathing in, as you breathe out, soften through the knees, pull the belly button in, allow the head to come down with gravity, let the neck lengthen. You're going to breathe in as you reach down towards your mat, really pulling in that belly button to keep your body close to your legs. Breathe in as you reach down, lift the hips away. As you breathe out, squeeze through your buttocks so you build the strength back into that lower back, then slowly uncurl one vertebra at a time. Do 2 more, breathing in to lengthen through your spine, lengthen through the back of your neck, and then gently folding and rounding, pulling that belly button in to pull your body close. Keep your knees bent so you don't overstress the legs. Breathe in to really lengthen down towards the mat. Keep that neck switched off. Squeeze the buttocks to slowly uncurl. This last time we're going to stay hanging down towards the mat, and we're going to slowly straighten one leg at a time so that you get an isolated hamstring stretch. Okay, so as you're coming down, so just stay hanging down towards your mat, bend the knees a little bit more, and then just go to straighten one leg to get that isolated hamstring stretch. So as you've done the quads, we need to do the other ones. And the other side, okay? 3, 2, 1. Lovely, then slowly coming back up. Then we're going to stretch out the arm muscles, linking into those ribs. So take up one arm, keep it away from your neck and your head, stretching out that tricep. Lovely, and then swap sides, taking up the other arm, stretching that out. Feel it all around your ribs. And relax that down. Opening up the scapulars at the back, the shoulder blades, pull one arm round. Good. And the other one, give it a hug. Lovely. And a little bit for the neck, you're going to take your head to the side, drop your chin down towards your collarbone, and rest your hand on your head. Relax. Back to the centre. Take your head the other way, chin down towards your collarbone. Place your hand on your head. And release. Good, well done. Then we're going to open the hands backwards so that we open these spaces through the front. So as you breathe out, round, allow that movement to travel through the wrists, into the elbows, into the shoulders, into the upper back, across the shoulders, into the neck, mid-back, down into your hips and knees. Really opening it all out, letting that movement flow through the whole body. Breathing as you go. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember to breathe. That's what we're doing. Breathing and breathing in. Okay, so that does the whole spine as well. Good. Then we're going to open these muscles up under the chin. So when you're ready, clench your jaw. And look up towards the ceiling. Good, and back down. Then we're going to just gently clench the jaw, look up to the ceiling, look to one side and the other side, and back to the center. Good, clench your jaw. If you can, stick a tongue out. Either side. Again, that's really good just to give that space. Okay, then from here, you're going to come back to sitting on your chair. We're going to do a little bit of self-massage. So turn your head towards your sternocleidomastoid, which attaches just behind the ear and under and over the center of your collarbone, near the center. So turn your head so that softens the muscle. Pinch that muscle. Really get hold of it. If it's tight, it might feel a little bit tender. Going all the way down to the attachment points. Squeeze. You have to turn your head in the direction, the side that you want to squeeze, because that's when the muscles slack. Otherwise, if I turn that way, it tightens and I can't get hold of it. Okay, do your other side. Pinch. And pinch. And pinch. Good. Okay, then the scalene muscles. They attach into ribs 1 and 2. So just take your hand. You're doing ear to shoulder. So take your hand and let it rub all the way down to your collarbone. And again. So press into your neck. Just let those fingers, the tips of your fingers slide all the way down. Okay, then the other side. Again, press, a bit of pressure into your neck. Ear to shoulder, slide down onto that collarbone. Again, press and then gently slide, slow motion, and into that collarbone. Good, then to create a bit of space, there's quite a few muscles that pass under the collarbone. Just wiggle your fingers inside your collarbones. It might feel quite restricted to start with, but the more you do it, the easier it'll become, and the more you'll be able to sink your fingers and create that space in there. And obviously you're using your arm, so you are activating some of the muscles in this area underneath. Okay, so that's really good as well. Then you're going to massage into the ribs. So bring your hands either side of your sternum and just kind of drag your fingers across there. If that's uncomfortable, do it over your t-shirt and drag your fingers across. But if you can, come onto the skin and just drag your fingers across. If it feels like a bit of a burning sensation, that's you just opening those fibres up a little bit, pressing in. All those little intercostal muscles, all those muscles in between those ribs. Good. And then you're going to tap on the sternum. And then we're going to take it down the lung meridian. So use the opposite side. So you can take it all the way down that lung meridian. Oh. Okay. And if you cough here, that's you're just opening up the channels and the airways. That's all okay. All right, 3 times. Brilliant. Then we're going to do some seated exercises. So let's get ready. So first of all, we're going to do a seated spine twist. So you need to keep your hips facing forward, your feet on the floor, and so you don't move the lower half of your body. So if you can, bring your hands up behind your head. We're going to be moving this rib cage. And as you breathe out, twist, breathing in, back to the center. Breathe out, twist the other way. So you're really twisting through the waist muscles, through the intercostals, really keeping those seat bones planted. They'll want to move, but really keep them planted and keep those hips facing forwards. Now, if having your hands up is too much for you, the modification for this is you bring the one hand down on the chair, take the other hand behind. Okay, and again, take the other hand behind, one hand down on the chair and twist. So again, you're keeping those hips forwards. So there's your modification. If it's too difficult to bring your hands up, behind your head. Okay, good. Then the next one is we're going to take our broomstick or mop stick handle, take hold of it. You kind of want to grab onto it equally, distance apart. Just place it, don't put it on the bony bits of your neck. Just place it across the fleshy parts of your shoulders. Rest it down. Equal distance apart. Then as you breathe out, twist. I need to come forwards in my chair because I'm going to hit the back of it. Again, keeping those hips forwards. Twist. Good. Keeping your chest open. Breathe into center, breathe out to twist. Breathing into center, breathing out to twist. Breathing into center, out to twist. Last one, so it's 8. Good, well done. Then your band. If you've got a band, get your pair of band. And then you are going to push it forwards. So when you're ready, hold it comfortably. As you breathe out, reach forwards, out, in, and breathe in, breathing out. 4, and 7, and 8. Good, and the other side. Do the other side. Out, in, out, in. 4. Last one. Good. Then grab your weight or your heavy bottle and you're going to use your chair to place your knee on and take the other leg out wide. So knee on the chair, take this other leg out wide. We're going to keep the back flat and keep the back flat and breathe in to lower this arm and breathe out. So unilateral raises of the weight, working the triceps, working that serratus anterior, which is this big banana shaped muscle just under the shoulder blade, anchors the shoulder blade. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down your back. Keep your back nice and flat. 6, 7, and 8. Good, we're going to do the other side, so swap round. On the chair, okay. When you are ready, flat back, breathing out, breathing out. Breathe in to lower, breathe out. Now, of course, you can do this with a weight, you know your body, but the aim of this is to keep that back flat so you're not twisting through your chest. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Good, well done. So you can get rid of your chair now and get your band because you're going to do the same thing as the unilateral rows but bilaterally, so both arms this time. Okay, so with your band around your feet, you are going to breathe out, pull it back, breathe in forwards, breathe out, pulling it back. So keeping your spine absolutely still, working through the shoulders, opening through the chest. Okay, really bringing those elbows back, breathing in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathing in, breathe out. Good. Well done. Keeping those shoulder blades drawn down your back. We're going to lay down on our front. Okay, so when you're ready, lay down on your front, forehead on the mat. So forehead on the mat, you're going to draw your tailbone down towards your feet. Bring your arms out by your sides, palms up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, just lift the torso and the head. Breathing in to lower, breathing out, draw those shoulder blades down the back, breathing in to lower, breathing out to lift. Do 4, breathing in to lower and out to lift, breathing in to lower. Good, push yourself back into a child's pose. So push yourself back into child's pose, resting your head on your mat, and then you're going to take one arm out, palm up towards the ceiling, breathing in, bring the arm back, other side, back, breathing out. We'll do 4 and back, 1 more, breathing out and back to the front. Good, now we're going to open up a little bit through the front of the chest, so for the rotator cuff. So when you're ready, coming onto all 4s, you're going to breathe in, bring that arm all the way up, opening through the chest. And as you breathe out, slide that arm through, or thread the needle. If you can, reach your other arm up. As you breathe out, retrieve the arms, breathing in all the way up. As you breathe out, threading through and reaching the arm up, drawing the hand back. It's harvest season here. There's lots of hops going by and potatoes and apples. Now taking the arm up, drawing the arm back. 1 more, breathing in all the way up. And as you breathe out, drawing it down, thread the needle, taking the other arm up. Good, then you're going to do the other side. So other arm, again on all 4s, breathing in, taking that arm all the way up, opening through the chest. Breathing out, coming down onto your mat. If you can, stretch your other arm up. Breathing in, breathing out, threading through, arm all the way up, retrieve. Last one, breathing in and then threading through. Well done. Then take our towel. So take your towel. You're going to lay on your towel. So your towel is going to be about here, just below your head, in between your shoulder blades. Okay? Right, so it opens your chest a little bit. You can keep your knees bent. Hands down, palms down. Just breathe there for a few moments. And when you're ready, you can allow a nice spine twist and stretch, allowing the knees to come down one side. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, push the buttocks back into your mat. And then breathing in, allow the knees to come down the other way. And you could just rest here, hang out here, keeping that towel in between your shoulder blades, breathing in. As you breathe out, pushing those buttocks back into the mat. You can hold it here and then repeat. Relaxing your shoulders down. Breathing in to lower. Then on an exhale, push your buttocks back into the mat. Good, well done. Then from here you can roll off your towel, come onto all 4s. We're going to gently come up and downward dog. So tuck your toes underneath, push your hips up towards the ceiling. You can pedal through your knees here, lengthen through the calves and the hamstrings. And gently walk your hands back towards your feet. Lift your hips. If you have low blood pressure, bring your arms up now. Otherwise, just gently uncurl like we did for the roll down. Coming back up to standing. Well done. That's it. That's your 20 minutes little stretch, breathe exercise. Breathing all the way through. Enjoy and repeat this 3 times a week. Great.